It really likes that mask, eh?
Weird face just ruined
They said, ooh, we like that mask. Yeah.
I said, fucking with Ben Stiller, Tom Cruise ass, right? John Ritter? John Ritter, that's Ben Hanscom.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's
It's on the mask again.
That's more of a face than my face? What the f?
You know what's pissing me off about the cast don't matter?
What?
Oh my god, I've been waiting for you to say one name.
From this movie?
Yeah! Fuck boy!
Wait, leave me alone. One name in this movie?
Yes!
Oh! Seth Green.
Yeah!
Seth Green's in this movie.
I've been waiting.
Okay, so that's the okay, so Seth Green,
Tim Curry.
fucking Tim Curry, and then
John Ritter.
no. John Ritter don't matter at this point. It's Tim Curry, Seth Green, and the kid from Sidekick.
What about
R.I.P.
What about Bill when he's older?
No, hell no, that whack-ass ponytail. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's MRM, presented by Not Your Average Nerds. The film we're going to be reviewing this week, like I said last week, is Stephen King's It.
And balloons, too. All colors.
Do they float?
Oh, yes. They float, Georgie. They float. And when you're down here with me, you float too!
The reason that we're bringing this movie up right now is because they're in process of actually releasing the remake, and it's not in August, like I said previously, it's actually September 8th. I looked it up today.
Then, one day, you realize that's not true.
Here, take it.
I'm gonna be that snob. The book is much better. Considering the source material and the way it was written, the book. What are you doing?
It's focused on your damn mask again.
Really?
Yeah,
I was doing really good and you ruined it. The remake is gonna be rated R this time. The original was made for TV, so it was PG-13. So I'm kind of excited for the remake in that sense that it'll do more justice, visually being more accurate. Stephen King's It, the original, the TV series that we're talking about that became a movie, was still enough to scare generations of kids and people.
No, this isn't happening. Beep, Richie. Come back anytime. I'll show you how to flow down here. They all flow down here.
Anybody that's seen it, if they didn't have a fear of clowns or anything, this kind of like was the focal point of why people are scared of clowns is this movie. There are other clown movies out there. There's
Where'd it go? What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
yeah. I've gone through the book twice now. And obviously, I actually hate when people say the book is better. Or the book is much better. But honestly, it is, just because of how much you lack in the movie compared to the book. Like, you get to actually you get a perspective from it. You get its perspective in the book, so that's awesome. Like, that's one of my favorite parts of the book, is that you get its perspective. You get to hear what it thinks and, you know, what it wants, and how it's feeling during the times that it's interacting with the kids and everything else. First and foremost, there's Tim Curry, and he plays it, if you don't know that already. Then there's Seth Green.
Plays Pennywise.
Well, it is Pennywise, but Pennywise is an extension of it, actually. Like, Pennywise and it are one and the same. It's just, that's just what he projects himself as, because it's easier to lure children to him if he's something that they can connect with, and, you know, whatever. But it's only an extension. Like, it is something else completely. And there's also, I don't know his name. What was his name?
John Ritter?
No, not John Ritter. I'm not going to bring up John Ritter. Rudy wants me to bring up John Ritter. John Ritter's in this movie. He's on Three's Company, apparently. And then also he's on... What was the other thing that you wanted me to say about him?
I can't remember.
See? That's why. Useless. So, for those of you that have never seen it, but I'm sure you've heard of it, that always bugged me, saying it, about it. This movie is about an entity that basically feeds on children. Like, actually feeds on them.
Damn little boy.
Dan?
Let go. Be afraid.
Remove the stones.
You all taste so much better when you're afraid.
It feeds on children because it's a lot easier to feed on children, because you can basically become anything they're scared of. As adults, you become less and less scared of things that you realize aren't real. So naturally, your fears, there's less of them. There's more. It's more fears about debt, you know, death, taxes, you know, stupid stuff like that. Except for death, I mean. But yeah, as a kid, you're scared of the boogeyman, you know, werewolves, mummies, vampires. I mean, the list goes on and on.
The Losers Club. yeah, the Losers Club.
Thanks.
Anytime.
Who are you guys anyway?
We're sort of a club. Yeah, the Losers Club.
Yeah.
You want in?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Hey, we're 7 now. Lucky 7.
In this remake that they're doing, I'm noticing different things, like throughout the trailers that I've been seeing. I'm noticing different things that they have in the movie. They make mentions of the stuff. Like, what was really cool about the original is that they do make references to stuff inside the book. It's just not in detail. Like the burning at the black spot. That's actually a nightclub that was started up by Mike's dad and his friends, because there was clubs and stuff, but they didn't let black people in. So they basically gave them like this building that had like nothing. It was just dirt floors and whatever else, and they built it up and made it into a club, and everybody started hanging out there. And then there's this group of like white supremacist group actually in Derry. There's a lot of messed up stuff that happens in Derry throughout its timeline, and so that's why the history part of it is significant, because you kind of see that like every 30 years or every 27 years there's some kind of like horrific event that happens that's in correlation with it. But I noticed they're doing, or they might be doing stuff like that in the remake. It's like there's a house on Nebolt Street that actually is really significant in the book, and in the original movie I want to say they go there, but it's not a focal point of what they're doing. And in this newer movie I'm seeing that's like, you know, they're bringing it up, they're bringing it all close, they're actually going inside of it. And then there's a scene I think with I want to say it's Mike, I could be wrong, walking past this building, and it's got like hands, and it looks like charred arms and hands and everything else coming out this door, and I believe that's actually that fire. I loved the original. I think most everybody does. Going back and watching it again, if not for Tim Curry, it'd be not, you know, I don't know. There's something about the way he plays Pennywise, because it's like he's malicious, right? But at the same time, he's inviting. You know what I mean? Like, he acts like a clown, but he is something that you would see and think that it would be trying to kill you. So I always liked his performance as Pennywise. A lot of people say that they didn't like Tim Curry as Pennywise. I've read that actually, and I disagree myself. I actually personally like it. Did you like?
Those people are fucking stupid.
Yeah, I like them as Pennywise. So, there's things about, I mean, obviously about how, if you go back, it feels dated. If you watch it again, it's gonna feel dated. The effects on it, one of the cooler effects actually about the movie is when they're, and it's probably my favorite scene, is when they're looking through the book or the photographs, and he starts playing as a movie, and he sticks his hand through one of the pictures.
Kill you all! I'll drive you crazy and I'll kill you all! I'm every nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
That's actually a really cool effect. And so I think that's my favorite scene in the movie, is when they're actually looking through the photos. The only thing that I've been skeptical about Pennywise in this new one, even hearing him and kind of looking at him, I don't know, something about it. I mean, he does look a little more raw.
Where are you going? You look like a nice boy. I bet you have a lot of friends. I bet you have a lot of friends. I bet you have a lot of friends.
Something about his personality isn't as, thus far from the trailers, isn't as, I don't know, as...
I get what you're saying. For me, I think the Loser Club looks great. I think they, even just from the trailers, they have that that connection together, it seems like. But with Pennywise, I think it's just he has like fucking huge fucking clown shoes to fill. So that's how it's gonna be. Like, I'm gonna be expecting something great because we already got something phenomenal. Like,
right.
So I think that's why it probably seems that way, just because it doesn't look right without Tim Curry. But I do like how they changed his suit. Growing up, I always liked the Bozo the Clown look. And, I mean, it worked, but now that I'm older, it would make more sense to make him look more like Renaissance almost.
Actually, that suit that he's wearing, that silver suit,
Mm-hmm.
that is the suit that he was wearing, and he wears silver in the book.
Oh, okay.
So that part of that movie is actually more closer to the source material than the original Pennywise, yellow and blue and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That silver suit is actually closer.
They didn't have the budget back then. Looks like
Maybe.
a fucking $10 clown suit.
He's like, come on, man, welcome to this part of USA and pick out a clown suit. Anything that you'll see, what are your thoughts on what you've seen already? Yeah, let us know. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of this thing now. I guess I'll see you next week. See ya. I'm done.
I had a sign-off idea. You should say something like, "See you in the deadlights."
See you in the deadlights. Oh my god. Let me go back here.
No, I was kidding. He said, let me go back here.
A professional.
house. I've seen death.
No monsters up there.
Hey, dude, what are you doing? What happened? It's not me, man. Just turn it up. Just turn it off, dude. It's not me. Just turn it off. What are you doing? Just turn it off. Turn it off, man. It's do it. Just turn it off. Turn it off. It's not me. Turn it off. It's not me.